Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ted for Thoughts Past the Salt podcast, being recorded live on February 12th, 2022. I'm one of your hosts, Taylor, and I'm, of course, joined by
Matthew Garcia. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you all again. Oleander, welcome back.
Yeah.
Yes, ARM is losing their goddamn mind.
Yes, that is true. How about you host it this week, because your internet seems to be fine?
So Cox, like a week or two ago, did something in my neighborhood. I don't know what they did exactly, but it seems to have fixed my internet on the weekends. It's a lot more stable.
Okay. I did not think about that until now, so.
Yeah. I assume I did. I would once is just happenstance. Twice can be a coincidence, but
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see next weekend if this holds up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with it, of course. Quantum. My internet is fine.
It's like triple parentheses fine, triple parentheses.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but just going through the stuff real quick. Just of course, if you do think what we're doing is good, go ahead and subscribe on that front. If you think you want to spread the good word of Tech for Thought, we have a Twitter at tech_4_thought and an Instagram at tech_4 spelled FOR_thought. And if you really want to support us, we do have a membership program, as you can see with NEG Quantum there. He's got that nice copper badge and access to all of our cool emotes. Still have not made a void one yet.
Damn.
I don't know what to do for a void one. Just like the picture of like the black hole that they found in space a while ago.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I will find out. Oleander says Ethernet once mad for a cicada-esque project. Facts.
Okay, so you know how the other night on Discord we were playing like that pictogram game or whatever,
yeah.
Right? When the cicada came up, the only reason why I instantly recognized it because I was thinking of the cicada 3301 logo. That's the reason why I like instantly got it.
That's the only reason I knew it either.
Okay.
But we could talk more about that stuff in a bit. Just making sure I'm good through the housekeeping stuff. I think I am.
I believe so. You said Instagram, Twitter, or membership. Yeah.
Yep. With it as well, I know we could dive into a little bit of what we've done this past week.
Yeah.
So with Discord, funny enough, they did create this new like end call game system, and one is like Pictionary, where you're given a word and you have to draw it out. The others have to guess it. I think that particular game can be tweaked a bit to be more balanced, but it is hilarious.
So far, so good. Yeah,
it is quite the meme potential.
Yes, it is. That was honestly the highlight of gaming this past week for me, was playing that.
Yeah, outside that, just been playing some Genshin myself. Actually, my new job, I'm starting to get to phasing out of training and actually starting to do my job in full. So
nice.
That's gonna be fun in the upcoming week or two. Like in 2 weeks, not this upcoming week, but the next one, I should be pretty much live in my job.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, and I can start making bank. Anything fun going on with your work?
Not really, just normal. Busy with a few things this week with it, so yeah.
Nice. No wanted to talk about the Sammys, the sandwiches.
I honestly can't say more.
Fair enough.
I honestly can't say more publicly. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, but so that I think does all there. Anything else you want to touch on before we dive into the news?
No, I think we're good to hit up our first story.
All right. So. And with this story, as you would, being the headlining topic, and NVIDIA calls off the effort to acquire ARM.
Officially. We talked about this last week or 2 weeks ago or so, but that was just a rumor. But this is now official.
Yeah, this is like, it is in the records. It's there.
Yeah.
Oleander says, I dyed my hair black today. Interesting.
Okay. What color was it before, just out of curiosity?
Yeah. I've never dyed my hair, but I did like the
the hair mask thing? Yeah.
The overtones that like temporarily dye your hair for like a week or two.
Yeah.
I've done like purple, blue, that type of thing. Yeah. They're pretty fun.
I've never applied any sort of color thing to my hair, and I don't plan on it.
Gotta apply the rainbow to be like get the clown fro going.
It used to be brown, now it's black. Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Can we do rainbow to your hair? Give you a nice
No.
bright red nose?
Absolutely not.
For April 1st?
Nope.
Okay. But actually diving into the article itself.
You understand, like, my clients actually see me at work, right?
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay.
But you can't judge people for that type of stuff nowadays. Actually going into the article now is
let's talk about ARM.
Around.
Yeah,
let's talk about ARM. So NVIDIA's deal to acquire ARM is off, as the two companies and ARM owner SoftBank announced Tuesday. With this, there is also a major leadership change at ARM. The company's current CEO, Simon Segars, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right as usual, is leaving his post effectively today, with Rene Haas. Rene Haas. Names. The president of ARM's IP group and former NVIDIA VP and general manager of its computing products business, taking the role.
Interesting.
Since the deal is now off the table, ARM says it is exploring a public offering in lieu of the acquisition. The current plan is for the IPO to happen sometime within the next 12 months. The Financial Times first reported that the deal has collapsed earlier today, which was back on Tuesday. And as Haas told me in an interview shortly before today's announcement, Seeger's decision to leave the company was very much a personal choice. He has decided that at this stage of his career, the time and energy required to take the company public and everything around that was not something he wanted to sign up to, Haas said. So he is going to step down.
Okay.
And Haas is going to be taking over for him. All right, and Rene is the right leader to accelerate ARM's growth, and as the company looks to re-enter the public markets, said Masayoshi Son, founder of CEO of SoftBank Group Corporation. I would like to thank Simon for his leadership, contribution, and dedication to ARM's over the past 30 years.
300 years? What a post!
All right,
damn,
what a Chad! What an absolute Chad!
Yeah.
NEG Quantum says, "Why not, Thailand? Your customers should already know that you're a clown." Clown world.
Yeah.
Clown world emojis.
You know what? I don't know.
We are very enthusiastic and excited about this next chapter for the company, he told me. The company's been doing great. Revenue and profitability levels have never seen by ARM before, and certainly not seen before we joined SoftBank. But probably more importantly, the diversification of the business relative to what looked like pre-SoftBank. And we're a much stronger company now in an area like the cloud and data center. We're a much stronger company in markets like automotive, and we have a huge opportunity for future markets such as IoT and metaverse. Maybe not metaverse.
Maybe not metaverse. I do not want to see an ARM-powered metaverse.
It will collapse within the matter of 2 years.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of interesting that he has such a positive sentiment towards SoftBank, just because it's kind of a not so secret in investment circles that SoftBank is where a lot of companies go to die, which is why so many people were concerned when SoftBank at some point acquired ARM many years ago. So
at some point they got a hit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But
all right.
Going to the next part. While Haas wouldn't comment on any further on NVIDIA's and SoftBank's decision, noting that the deal finally collapsed today, he admitted that that the discussions about a leadership change had started earlier. While we are disappointed that the acquisition didn't go through, we are at the same time very excited about our prospects going forward and can't wait to get this next chapter started, he said. Haas wouldn't say just yet what that will look like, but he noted that the company will continue its efforts to push into the CPU and GPU market, as well as continue its efforts in the AI space. Continuing what we've been doing and executing on that is going to be really important, because we've demonstrated a recipe on how to grow the business, and we definitely want to continue that, he said. NVIDIA's CEO Jensen Huang echoed this. ARM has a bright future and will continue to support them as a proud licensee for decades to come, he said in a statement. ARM is at the center of the important dynamics in computing. That's a weird way to phrase that.
Yeah.
Uh, though we won't be the one company, we will partner closely with ARM. The significant investment that Masa has made have been have positioned ARM to expand the reach of ARM CPUs beyond client computing to supercomputing, cloud, AI, and robotics. I expect ARM to be the most important CPU architecture of the next decade.
No shit. All right. It's a bunch
Holy.
of nothing
Yeah.
being said by executives, in all honesty, and the rest of the article is just about
Yeah, it's
recapping
a
so
bunch of
far.
fluff.
Yeah.
But one important note, at least at the end, is in recent months, both companies admitted that they would miss this date, and they were also up against a bit of a deadline, September 2022, after which SoftBank would keep its 1.25 billion breakup fee. Though now that the deal is off, SoftBank will keep it anyways.
Yeah.
Oleander does say, "Let metaverse die." People go to the metaverse illegally anyways by tripping balls on acid and watching the social network.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. All right. So, just the regulators weren't having it, which kind of made sense.
Yeah.
This empty bun is a nothing murder. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's what so many like tech articles are. Just like useless background information meant to pad out the length and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least with tech articles, you can typically just grab all the information from the headline, which isn't best practice in in almost any other field, but at
Yeah.
least you can kind of get it away with this type of industry.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so who would have saw this coming?
Definitely not me. I don't know. I don't know.
Um,
We talked on another podcast where we did Pass the Salt about the ARM like acquisition deal and whatnot between NVIDIA and whatnot, and it's like we had at the time no significant hopes for it going through just because it was going to be a regulatory nightmare, and right from the get-go the UK was like national security. Yeah, so
yeah, there was a big uproar from not only the UK but the EU as a whole on that aspect.
yeah.
The US eventually chimed in, but
Yeah.
yeah, usually the EU is the first one to jump on that regulatory stuff because they are so annoying with that sometimes.
Yeah, and I really don't think the UK itself wanted to lose such a big computing thing underneath their borders. So,
Yeah, no, they definitely didn't want to do that.
yeah, because
Don't
Britain
wanna
has a
lose that.
history of shitting the bed when it comes to big computing corporations. So
It's true.
they want to keep what they can going.
Yeah, my hair is just being wild today.
Mine is crazy,
Yeah,
as usual.
we both need to get haircuts.
Yeah. Anyway,
Barber's open tomorrow.
all right. Anyway,
But I mean, not too surprising on that front. It would have been interesting to see how Nvidia would have handled ARM because and if they did buy it out.
yeah,
But I mean, it's not too surprising, and definitely with the past year or two and the supposed chip shortage and all that, it's allowed ARM to grow significantly,
yeah.
like pretty much any other semiconductor maker.
And do you think ARM would, or I'm sorry, do you think NVIDIA would have actually honored like the spirit of ARM licenses and whatnot?
To an extent, yes.
Okay, yes, to an extent, yes, I would agree. I don't think it would have been.
It wouldn't have been like before,
Yeah.
but I think they would have, they would at least have done some stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whether how much they give out to some of their competitors, like the others in the big three, that's up to question. But yeah.
Okay.
All right. Any other thoughts on that particular topic?
Nope. But we're not done talking about ARM yet. As we said, much ado about ARM.
Yeah. Yeah. So with this one, it's gonna be a little bit more different on that part because just like how stuff fell through with ARM, seems like things could be falling through on the internally with ARM as well, just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So going into this article by Tom's Hardware, ARM's IPO potentially in jeopardy due to rogue China unit.
Okay.
Who would have guessed?
Right? Wow, China fucking people over. Name a more iconic duo. Anyway.
I can't. But NVIDIA's failed attempt at buying out the UK-based chip designer ARM was big news in the tech world this week. Japanese conglomerate SoftBank quickly announced it would go the IPO route for ARM after international regulators burned the record-setting 66 billion NVIDIA acquisition.
I guess we should
How
preface this with like the original reason why Nvidia wanted to, or pretty much the original reason why SoftBank wanted to sell off ARM in the first place was they wanted cash.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
they won
yeah.
money,
SoftBank
which
wanted
is
some cash.
yeah. It's not that ARM was doing bad.
No,
It's just a investment return on investment type thing.
they needed cash quick, like those clickbait articles you see on like the side for like advertisers and whatnot. It's like your wallet hates him or whatever, or get cash quick. Yeah, one simple trick to get cash quick.
Oleander, Matt and Taylor, iconic duo. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
But however, ghosts from ARM's rogue China unit may be preventing even the IPO from coming into fruition. Alan Wu, the head of the company's ARM China joint venture, has launched a third legal case against the company with the aim of getting himself officially reappointed to the ARM China board. ARM has been entrenched in a legal battle with its China division since 2020, when the company attempted to fire then and still current leader of the joint venture, Alan Wu, via a 7-1 vote enacted by ARM's China board.
Jesus Christ.
Holy, I bet the one was probably him.
Yeah.
And Alan Wu has managed to remain in control of the rogue unit, whose activities have already come under investigation regarding suspicious payments to its senior executives, and the executive have also kept the company seal, which is required under Chinese law to authorize official documents. Of course, ARM isn't happy with the state of affairs, as we'd imagine SoftBank isn't either, as the regulators surely won't turn a blind eye to the ARM China shaped black hole in the company's financials.
Woo!
That's
Yikes.
gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
More like cringiest duo. Wait.
All right, let me pose a philosophical question. Is it better to be born cringe?
Is it better to be? Oh no, is it better be born based
Yeah.
or overcome your cringe nature through great effort?
Yeah. Anyway.
But going back to the news specifically, even if we weren't doing an IPO, that would still be something we would be focused on, said Inder Singh, ARM's chief financial officer. I am hopeful that we are possibly on a path that might be able to resolve some things, he continued. It's estimated that roughly 20% of the company's finances can't be audited due to that unit's opaqueness.
Holy
Which,
shit.
holy fuck, which went to the point of hiring a security detail with the sole mission of preventing access to ARM's executives to China's branch. This was implemented along an email filtering system to block any incoming communications from ARM's headquarters.
China being China.
Yeah. For its part, ARM recently covered the state of affairs in its financial report, where it clarified that its still unsolved situation prevented the company from accessing ARM's China accounts for financial audit.
Oh my
And as a
god.
result, ARM isn't even aware of how much its initial 49% stake in the venture, an estimated 827 million value at the latest update available to the UK company, is worth today. Interestingly, reported revenue from ARM China dropped from 483.5 million in 2019 to 407 million in the following financial year. Math
This,
doesn't check out there,
despite the company experiencing growth during that year.
as well as the growth overall in the market.
Yeah. It's like ARM is one of those companies that it's like it keeps growing every quarter, essentially. Yeah, so. Is a man not entitled to the checks of his own cringe? Andrew Ryan, probably. I don't know. Calm down, Mimavelli. We will continue to meme.
We will continue. The
Is
memes
this
will
seriously all
continue
just
until
ads?
morale improves. But despite those events and ARM's comments on the matter, an ARM China spokesperson, speaking on behalf of Alan Wu, said the company continues to provide financial information to ARM and that it is a key contributor to the growth of ARM's business. The spokesperson then added that ARM China was fully supportive of ARM's IPO plan and is a long-term China partner and value contributor, but declined to comment on ongoing legal matters, so perhaps those emails too caught up in ARM's China filtering system.
Yeah, maybe they did. I missed those memos. That's all I have to. That's the entire excuse of Arm China. We missed those memos.
Oh, we weren't listening. What was that again?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
Could you like that? Okay,
That's
one.
insane.
It's both surprising and not surprising
Mm-hmm.
because like it's surprising the fact that like a huge company like this has just like a branch that goes like completely rogue.
Yeah.
What's not surprising? It's China.
Yeah. I love
Let's be honest
Bioshock,
there.
but back on topic, China and being shady is like peanut butter and jelly, or 420 and 69. Exactly. And I do love Bioshock also.
Which Bioshock is the best Bioshock?
I really liked Infinite, in all honesty. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Bioshock
actually
1 was really, really good, but
yeah.
it's just like, I think Infinite fully realized the concept a lot better. So,
Yeah, I have really enjoyed 2.
okay.
1 and 2 were kind of my bread and butter there. I really liked the underwater vibe.
Yeah.
Infinite was amazing. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Just didn't like it. Just didn't hit some of the same notes that the original ones did.
I gotcha.
Yeah, but it was
Or
still
writing-wise, I think Bioshock 1 is probably the best, but
yeah.
concept-wise, I like
Overall
Infinite.
concept,
Yeah.
I think Infinite nailed it the best.
Yeah. Anyway, back on topic. Yeah, this is going to be a challenge. This is going to be a challenge for any company that has a China subsidiary and whatnot. And it's like, because it can literally end if the Chinese government just decides to, yeah, you're done, sort of thing, or
Fuck it.
hand over data. Yeah, so you are definitely at the gunpoint of the Communist Party.
Yeah, and and then companies still do it anyways.
I know, exactly.
Oh well. What's it? Energy Quantum Infinite was good, but I think Bioshock 1 was my favorite.
Okay.
Only under Rainbow. I like the first one, and 2 gets a gold star because I like Sinclair's voice. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But the voice actor for him did a good job.
Yeah,
It's true.
solid.
All right. But don't mess with China.
Pretty much. It's
China
just
is
like
that whole-
it's not even worth doing business with China at this point. I don't know, especially if you're doing any sort of intellectual property sort of
Yeah.
work, because
They're gonna 100% steal your stuff and just
Yeah.
make their own.
yeah, you did anything spicy, and the Chinese government is going to have their way with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Which is
I,
go ahead.
I don't know what options ARM has about it. It's like they need this information from the Chinese branch. That's the thing. It's like, to do anything further, like selling it off or whatever, or like trying to make it independent, they need the financial like information from them.
Yeah.
So they're kind of in deadlock.
With it, I mean, could you just cut off the information flow to them as well? Just like, yeah, you're not getting any more like info, that type of stuff, no new designs or anything like that.
You could, yeah, but then that's not. It's like you want to avoid the Chinese government completely seizing control, also, and that could just cause that. So
At this point, they pretty much have.
yes, but officially,
Yeah.
I, for one, welcome our Chinese overlords. Got to get my social credit farm growing. Well, if you watched my video that was posted to the channel this past week here, you'll know my social credit score got deducted. I'm sorry, 2 weeks ago.
Social credit deducted.
Exactly.
That's
and
funny.
with some of the shit I say on the podcast, I'm probably never allowed into China as long as the Communist Party still has control of it. So,
Fine by me.
yeah. Shame. Beautiful country.
Beautiful country, rich history, amazing culture. Fuck
Great.
the government.
Great citizens in general.
But yeah. Is it? That was a hilarious bit that Sean edited into that video.
It was, yeah. Thank you to our editor, Sean. Nerd Awakens.
Yes. At Nerd Awakens, he's made some really popular memes.
Chairman Xi is going to make you walk to everywhere. All right. Tetra
Chairman
thought
Poo.
Tret's China.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, I think that kind of covers on that. I mean, just fucking cut off information flow.
Yeah, just play hardball.
Yeah. I would. That would be my thing. Is like, if you're just gonna be like that, cool. You're not getting anything.
Mm-hmm. No more strategic insight for you. No more research. Yeah, you're done.
No more research documents. No more new IPs. No new blueprints. Nothing.
Yeah, I would
Good
fail
luck.
the social credit system. I think we all would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. All right,
Worth it.
worth it.
But you know what's not worth it?
The Steam Deck?
Nah. Oh wait, that is the next thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually the Steam Deck is kind of worth it.
Is it? Okay.
From what I've heard, it is like actually really cool.
Okay.
But we don't have like a specific article as much as like the Steam Deck has kind of just been like showcased and whatnot.
Yeah, so
LT,
reviewers were able to give a review of like the hardware and the experience of it, like a full review. So
yeah, and I saw LTT stuff on it, and he really liked it.
well,
Like it
Linus was sold on the concept from the get-go. I honestly, okay, here's a hot take.
better Switch.
No, I don't. I think the Switch is actually better, and I actually don't see the Steam Deck as that good of a thing.
The memes are better in the gulag, anyways. That's true.
Yeah, imagine shit posting with all your Gulag buddies. You shit post on the jail cell wall by carving the meme in the wall.
Facts.
Yeah, with a spoon.
Yes. So what? What about the Steam Deck? Are you not sold on?
It's mostly just the fact that it runs Linux, and that's the thing. That's the barrier thing. Linux is very not normie approved, mass adoption appeal and everything approved. And you could say, you know, Valve is trying to push, like Linux into the mainstream with the Steam Deck and whatnot. They tried that once before. It didn't work. So it's like, okay, let's do the killer hardware for it and whatnot. The Steam Deck, okay. It's like, we're going to need to update all of the Steam library games to be compatible with Linux, which Valve said they would do, and although I didn't believe them in the first place, lo and behold, here we are. They still didn't do, and it just
They're not. It's not that they haven't done it. It's that they're still in the progress of
they
it.
said they would be done by the time the Steam Deck came out.
I'm looking that up.
Yeah, that was their big goal, and so there's that part. As I said, Linux does not offer the best normie experience for people. And it's like, for example, it already won't have access to one of the world's biggest games, which is still, unfortunately, Fortnite, because Epic Games, who does easy anti-cheat and whatnot, is having a bit of a fit about making easy anti-cheat work on Steam Deck. And it's like, that also blockades a lot of other popular games that use easy anti-cheat, like Apex Legends, like Battlefield now. Yeah. So, it's like a lot of popular games that have used easy anti-cheat because, to its credit, EAC is actually pretty good and whatnot. You can't play on Steam Deck. So, I think that's, yeah. And it's like, despite all of Valve's efforts and everything, it still comes back to the fundamental problem of Linux, in that it's like Linux and gaming, I should say, of like developers don't have to actually put an effort to make their shit work on Linux. And unless there's enough audience for it, they're not going to.
Yeah. With it, I don't know. We'll see how that pans out. I know they're still working on it in terms of like Steam actually not Steam, Valve actually working on that to make it up and running.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of movement towards that in terms of people, or both independently as well as Valve, just kind of forcing it to happen. But they're still moving in that given direction. I honestly, I couldn't find an article saying that all games would be Linux compatible beyond.
It was on the WAN show. They talked about Valve missing that claim. I think it wasn't on this week, but I think it was on last week's. So the one reported on like the 4th. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I was trying to find a specific article, but like I was trying to. That's one thing saying like, I don't. It's not that I don't trust, Linus and Luke on that front, but sometimes they just say some shit.
No, I know. Yeah. But even disregarding that point, my point still stands about like easy anti-cheat and whatnot, and how it's like it blots off a lot of the world's most popular games just because. You come back to the core fundamental issue of developers need to like actively work to make their shit run with Linux and whatnot, and then it's like, but developers don't put in. It's kind of a paradox almost, but it's like developers won't make their shit run with Linux because not enough people run Linux, sort of thing. So yeah,
and
even though Linux users tend to be the most vocal about things.
loud minority.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
loud minority.
The thing that, as you said, it's just there's not a large enough user base for that to occur.
Hmm.
And in terms of options for Steam to, or for, I keep saying Steam, I mean Valve, for Valve to make things happen, it's a little bit. I would say, I would imagine, a little bit harder to try to get something running on like Windows properly on that type of systems. Where Linux, you could scale it as you need it,
Right.
and they have Valve at least has given experience with Linux because they've tried stuff like this in the
Yeah,
past.
they do like Steam OS and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it just depends on how large the adoption of the Steam Deck is, results in the given adoption of Linux as a whole by the community of
Hmm.
developers.
Yeah.
And you could say, like, it was kind of like ray tracing upon release, like when NVIDIA, launched ray tracing cards. Nobody did it upon the cards released, but
Right.
now everybody has the compatibility for it.
Right, exactly. And that would just require that would require the Steam Deck doing a lot of numbers though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And
And
go
and
ahead.
to its credit, I could definitely see it doing numbers.
Hmm.
Because being able to take games outside of just Switch games on the go like that would that can mean a lot to a lot of people,
Yeah.
especially current Switch fans.
Yeah. I guess that kind of leads me to my next like thought as well about this is sort of like, and this is something I experienced on the Switch and whatnot. It's like the Switch really, really works well when you're playing a game that had the Switch in mind for it and everything. It
Yeah.
was designed kind of around that. So it's like Metroid Dread, even Breath of the Wild, the big launch title for the Switch and whatnot. It's like they all easily lend themselves to the Switch experience of playing like maybe 15, 20, 30-minute bouts at a time, feeling like you made progress at that point and getting you to a good stopping point reasonably well. But the games like
Yeah.
mid AAA games like maybe Doom, Witcher
The
3,
Witcher.
yeah, Witcher 3, etc., don't necessarily have that. So I think games like
Yeah.
that don't really work well for the Switch, and I think
No,
it's
that's
just
true.
inherent to like the portable experience.
Yeah.
And
No,
obviously
that's
it's like PC games aren't necessarily like that.
no, that's completely true. The one thing that at least compared to Switch to the Steam Deck is the Steam Deck is packed with much more powerful
It is,
hardware.
yes, it
That
is.
thing is a chunky thing.
Yes, it has some
It is a
decent beast
beefed up
hardware.
Wii U pad.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it has the capabilities. It's not going to, ultra settings, at like 1080p or 4K, whatever you want to do.
Hmm.
I don't even know the screen resolution off the top of my head. I think it's 1080p.
And I think it's 800p.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for the resolution and the size of it, and I think it'll be just fine.
Okay. Yeah,
in
it's
its
like I'm not
performance.
doubting its hardware capability. At least I think that's fine. But
Yeah, just the adoption of it.
yeah, I'm just saying the adoption and the experience that it will offer.
Yeah. It depends on how many people buy it,
Yeah.
because as with the RTX cards, if people buy it and it sticks, then there's going to be a lot more Linux adoption in the future, which would be healthy overall for the industry as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Oleander says a couple things. It says, I wish Jazz Punk was ported onto the Switch. Yeah, that's literally it. I like the Switch regardless, though. Yeah,
Is that
it's
an
true.
indie game? Jazzpunk?
I believe it is.
Never heard of it. Okay.
Let me look it up.
Pull that up,
Jazz
Jamie.
Punk.
Pull that up, Jamie. Oh, are you okay? Okay.
Yes, that is. Pretty confident that's an indie game from what I'm seeing here.
Okay.
Neato. It's got a 7 from GameSpot.
Nice.
And he also says, I don't get the appeal of Fork Knife being Fortnite, but I don't have anything against anyone who likes the game. So it's the thing about it is it was the like kind of a more classical battle royale game, and it's overcome the insurmountable odds to be number one.
Yeah.
That's the appeal of
It's like PUBG for children.
yeah, or
Let's be
Apex
honest.
Legends for children.
Yeah.
Although my preferred one is TabG, Totally Accurate Battlegrounds.
Right, that's pretty fun.
I love that game. So funny.
Yeah. So yeah, again, I wasn't saying it's like, oh, it can't run Fortnite, it sucks or whatever, because it's like I don't personally like Fortnite or whatever. I was using it along with other games to illustrate my point that it's like some of the world's most popular games just won't run on the Steam Deck because of the anti-cheat.
No, and that's
Yeah.
completely valid because it runs Linux, but somebody has to make a push for something to occur.
Hmm.
And Valve having the absolute boatload of money that they have, like NVIDIA did with the RTX cards, can make that thing
Yeah.
happen.
Unfortunately, with Easy Anti-Cheat, it's in the hands of Epic Games
Yeah. That,
entirely. And so,
yeah, well, they are working on it. They're just having
yeah,
difficulties right now.
it would require Epic Games being on board.
Yeah. Well, there are like Epic Games is working on it. They
Are
haven't
they?
given up,
Okay.
but it's just been difficult. Let me find a recent article. I go back. Or they might have updated it since last time I read.
Because I think Tim Sweeney said some stuff on Twitter
Yeah.
about it.
Okay. So it was a more recent article, saying that the CEO Tim Sweeney says no, it's not going to happen officially.
Yeah. Officially, okay. So maybe it'll
Yeah,
be.
the things to remember right now is that both Easy Eye, Anti-Cheat, and Battle Eye do support Linux,
Mhm.
both for native Linux builds and for Windows games run through Steam, Play, or Proton. However, it's all user space with no kernel modules.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then, okay, so it's like the games that require the kernel level anti-cheat, like Fortnite and whatnot, won't be
yeah,
able to be run. So yeah,
interesting.
yeah. Honestly, I don't like Tim Sweeney. I think he's like a 12-year-old child who
Cocky as
calls
fuck.
himself CEO. Yeah. So,
Yeah, no,
and
that's
I
true.
think it was proven when the whole like Apple versus Epic thing kicked off.
Yeah, well, he I can at least see what he's doing in regards in some actions that he takes, the more controversial ones, just trying to like he thanks to Fortnite,
Mhm.
he has fuck off money.
Yeah, exactly.
So like he has the ability to kind of like throw a bit of weight around and try to change the marketplace. Most to be fair, most of the time it's for the better that he's trying to do the change for.
Hmm.
And sometimes it's just a complete fucking flop, like the Epic Store.
Yeah.
Uh
Speaking sort of on Switch news, Portal 1 and 2 is being ported to the Switch. Oh, and Kirby is a car now. Yeah, Portal 1 and 2, those will work great on Switch. Their
mhm.
format is perfect for something like the Switch. That's awesome. You know? That's really
Yeah.
cool.
I love I loved the level editors in Portal 1 and 2 because they're just so creative,
Hmm.
especially 2.
Okay.
Yeah. You could do like there were some crazy ass puzzles that you could do in that stuff.
Some wild shit you can do there, Jimbo.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Cool.
All right.
Any other things you wanted to touch about on the Switch?
Or the Steam Deck? Nope.
Or my bad,
Yeah.
Steam Deck, yeah.
Yeah, the Steam Deck screen is like this weird, like 800p level resolution on a 16 by 10 aspect ratio. So it's kind of weird.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is it just LED, IPS or OLED?
I think it's LED IPS. It's not OLED.
Okay.
Which I have to say, the Switch OLED is awesome compared to even the IPS LCD they had on the original
Yeah.
one. But the OLED is just awesome, I have to say. So
Nice. I have not. I like the only. I've maybe seen your OLED once. Like I haven't seen like a comparison. Like I would love to put regular Switch versus the OLED side by side, and like view like Breath of the Wild for example, because I'm very familiar with that game at least,
hmm
and see what those look like.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you get a screen protector for it?
No, I don't want to fuck up the colors.
Even a glass screen protector?
Yeah, it still does color distortion. Any sort of filter that you put over a screen is going to somewhat distort
Is it,
colors.
is it at least glass this time?
Yes.
For it?
Yes.
Okay. I
OLED
know
has to be glass. Yeah.
I know the previous one was plastic. So
Right. Yeah. But OLED has to be glass.
is this still touchscreen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want your damn Levins Cave Johnson circuit sometime in the future.
Yeah. OLED has to be glass because the oil-phobic coating that they put on OLED screens, plastic is too porous for it. So
Makes sense.
yeah.
All right.
Anyway, fun fact. That's a free tech tip.
We don't do tech tips here. We do techs for thought.
There we go. That
We do
works.
thoughts of techs.
Well, it's not like Linus does tech tips anymore anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
All All right, and well, let's go on to our next topic. There's no way to smoothly transition this outside of the absolute mess that it is.
Yeah.
But thanks to Tech Radar, bringing us this article, WD and
Kioxia.
Kioxia. I wasn't sure if it was like like Chinese pronounced or
It's
something stupid
weird.
like that.
Yeah.
Scrap loads of flash memory due to contamination issues. So far, 6.5 exabytes of flash memory have been affected. Give us a scale in terms of like gigabytes, how much that is.
Okay, so you know gigabyte, right?
Yeah.
That's 1,000. I'm sorry, that's 1,000 megabytes. Okay.
Yeah. So we
Then
like
you
go
have
gigabyte to terabyte is about
yes,
1,000 or so.
yes. Okay, this is technically weird. If you Google this, it says 1,000, but technically it's 1,024.
24.
Yeah, so let's just use 1,000 for rough numbers and everything because you're not going to get that usable 24 gits in any sort of thing because you have different partitions and whatnot, various things. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, so you have gigabyte, which is 1,000 megabytes. We all know that probably. We probably all know what a terabyte is, which is 1,000
1,000
gigabytes.
gigs.
You have
Yeah.
a petabyte, which is 1,000 terabytes.
So a million gigs.
Yes. And then past that level, you have an exabyte, which is 1,000 petabytes.
So we're looking at a billion gigs there.
Yes, we're looking at around 6.5 billion worth of gigs being destroyed here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That, more like Teffer thoughts, facts.
Based on our channel demographics?
Massive sausage fest.
Yeah.
That would be a funny like, you know how LTT did the OnlyFans thing?
Yeah.
That's what we should name ours.
Ted for Thoughts is just a series, it's like a series of tech videos aimed at basic white girls, like how to do Instagram filters and Snapchat filters and whatnot.
That would be hilarious. That would be absolutely hilarious.
The most efficient way to pay for your Starbucks.
Get my girlfriend to do it with the Valley Girl voice.
Yas, queen.
Yeah.
I thought a petabyte was when Epstein eats his food. Different spelling. Oh, Jesus
Woo!
Christ. All right.
Into the article.
Yes.
Contamination issues at two of the Western Digital and Kioxia NAND processors or production facilities could impact up to 6.5 exabytes of flash memory. As part of their 20-year-old joint venture, the two companies operate several NAND production factories, to which the
Kokaichi
Kokaichi
and Kiyokami.
Japanese names?
Yeah. Kokaichi and
Okay.
Kiyokami factories in Japan.
Yeah, in fact, I was like, if it's like all Japanese, it makes it easier in my head at least.
Yeah.
In a statement, Kioxia, formerly Toshiba, said that that the issue impacts the production of 3D BICS flash, which is used in a wide range of SSDs and other products. Fortunately, the 2D flash production has not been impacted. While Kioxia is hoping for an early recovery to normal operations, the company did not provide details of how much of its production capacity has been impacted. Meanwhile, Western Digital has released a separate statement explaining that the issue will reduce its production by at least 6.5 exabytes.
Oh. Which we talked
Uh,
about the scale of before going into the article.
Yeah, and in a new report, the market research firm at TechForce forecasts that NAND flash price could spike by 5 to 10% in Q2 as a result of contamination at Western Digital and Kioxia's NAND production facilities. Before the incident, the firm previously forecasted that the NAND flash market would see a slightly oversupply the entire year, which the average price from Q1 to Q2 facing downward pressure. Always love to see that. In addition to in addition to the contamination issue, Samsung was also forced to slow down production due to a lockdown in the Chinese city of Xi'an.
Yeah, I remember reading about that. They like made their workers essentially live there for a bit because of Corona.
Yeah. And the main reason these factory closures will likely impact the price of NAND flash is due to the fact that it can take 2 to 3 months to manufacture a 3D flash chip. And as a result, any distribution to production will likely have an impact several months after the production resumes. As Western Digital is the leading supplier of both SSDs and eMMC products, Both of these will likely be the most impacted, and this means that that if you're looking to go upgrade your SSD or buy a new laptop, now would be the best time to do so before the expected price increase occurs during the second quarter of this year.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, if it's not one thing, it's the other.
spicy,
GPUs. Yeah.
s- spicy political jokes aside, tech stuff. Very true.
Yeah.
We try
Yeah.
to talk about tech stuff on this podcast. We don't always succeed in doing so.
We have not talked about the stock market at all this podcast. We're doing well.
Nor crypto
Exactly. We're doing
or
very
NFTs.
well. We're
We're
doing
doing
very well.
we're doing supreme this episode.
Yeah.
But Japanese make more sense to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
Yeah, if you're an English speaker and like you're trying to read a Japanese name or whatever, it's a little bit easier to do than like Chinese ones, just because Chinese vowels and like letters and whatnot, the way they're pronounced, don't really make inherent sense too much. And Japanese as a speaking system is a lot more basic by comparison to Chinese.
Yeah,
So
Chinese also in comparison is also a lot more slurred, as whereas Japanese are very intentional with each pronunciation.
yeah,
of
it's
a
very symbolic,
vowel.
syllabic. Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
I was just so kind of an aside. Back when I like played Arma 3 quite a bit and whatnot with a group of buddies.
Moose.
Yeah, Moose and the crew there. The big like Apex update came out, which was like a huge expansion set
Yeah.
for it, and it was primarily focused. You're fighting against essentially China, in it,
Well,
and it's
yes.
like all the names and like locations that were like kind of Chinese based were just like a pain to pronounce. So it's like several times you're going to like someone would be like, "Oh, we need to attack the town of like Xi'an or whatever," right? People would get it confused with other towns and whatnot just because names would be so similar or people thought it was pronounced differently and whatnot. So it was a total just like vocabulary massacre.
I'd believe it.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Anyway, back to the topic at hand.
At least I could pronounce Winnie the Pooh.
Exactly. That's all you need to do. You need to pronounce Winnie the Pooh, Tiananmen Square, Xinjiang Province, Uyghur Muslims. Yeah.
Social credit deducted.
Like I give a fuck.
Neither do I. I don't care. I don't care in the slightest.
Yeah, and like I said, it's like if it's not one thing, it's the other. But in terms of like PC parts, GPU prices might start to ratchet down. At the same time, due to various reasons, storage prices might go up. Granted, not to such a high level, but storage prices.
Honestly, 10% and or like that 5 to 10% isn't the worst that it's been.
No, it's not. The
It
Philippines.
has been really good this
Yeah.
past couple of years.
The
So.
flooding in Southeast Asia and like Indonesia and the Philippines that caused like NAND flash and like flash memory prices to go up in like 2017, 2018 was really rough. So it's probably may not be as bad as that. It sucks to lose that much capacity though, and
That's
for
true.
whatever reason. And I don't know. It's like I do if issues like this become commonplace, or any other issues happen in the storage industry, like the flooding or whatever, because soon we're going to be the summer is the rainy season in Asia. Soon we're going to be hitting that place. So
Three Gorges Dam.
right, will it collapse? I don't know.
The world may never know.
Yeah. But yeah, plus Chia, which is this cryptocurrency that uses storage to mine, like hard drive and whatnot, and SSD
Yeah.
storage to mine, is becoming more and more popular, especially in Asia. So
Yeah.
that could be another factor that
Talking
drives
about
things up.
crypto, sir.
It was related. We don't have to say anything
Okay.
more. Yeah.
That's fine. It's fine. Oleander says, weenus.
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 All right. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think about the storage market here?
Yeah, it sucks that this stuff was contaminated. They didn't describe how it was contaminated or like the process, if it was like dirt flying in or if it's just like something was corrupted with them. But it sucks.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the end though.
No, it's not.
It could be a lot worse.
It's a fun article, and it's fun to invest in Shia. Got it. No.
No.
I'd say that because it's not like what you said. Shia is not a thing. It's Chia, like CHIA. Yeah.
Xi Jinping would say otherwise.
Well, okay, that's because the ets in Chinese, like the ets in Chinese, is a she sound sort of thing, like a sh
It's
sound,
SH.
as in like she, which is like she's name is like she with like a little bit of a name of, yeah, with
No, don't invest in Shia.
yeah, Xia, yeah,
Shia.
Xia.
All right.
All right. Anyway,
I think I'm good on that.
all right, yeah. Let's. There's a new
All
phone
right.
coming out.
Yes. And are you hyped for it?
I am actually very excited for the S22 Ultra to come out.
All right. So with it, so diving into the actual article itself, as well as just general news, the Galaxy S22 Ultra, as well as the lineup as a whole, has been announced, and it takes over Samsung's, specifically the S22 Ultra, takes over the Note with the best phone display and S Pen so far. The thing looks baller. It's
Yes.
straight balling.
What
Uh,
really quick? What is your opinion on the rear camera array?
I actually like it.
I actually like it a lot too. I like it better than like the shelf or something, or like the cutout they have. I like just the lenses coming out.
YOLOing my saving. Let's go.
Oh
Good
my
luck
god,
with that.
have fun.
Um,
Be like that guy who invested all of his life savings in Dogecoin.
oh, um, what is the saying? What is it? I taught my I'm renting a house right now, and I taught my landlord how to buy options in the stock market. We're both renting now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
But actually going into the news of itself, I think the design itself looks very clean. I
Solid.
understand what they were going for the shelf,
Mhm.
because that's kind of become their signature part in with the S lineup, at least the regular ones.
Mhm.
I'm happy they differentiated it a little bit with the Ultra. I think it looks clean. It helps separate it from the 20,
Yeah.
the Note 20 specifically. So keeping it clean there. But 10 years after the OG Galaxy Note, Samsung just made their merger of the S and Note line officially by announcing the new Galaxy S22 Ultra, its first flagship series phone with a built-in S Pen stylus silo. There's so much more than the elegant handset throughout, or though, that you'll get dizzy just reading about all the new S22 Ultra features, which includes the first S line phone with a built-in S Pen silo, elegant new islandless camera design, the best phone display being a 1 to 120 hertz refresh adaptive refresh rate, peak brightness of 1750 nits HDR.
That's retina searing.
Oh, that's gonna hurt in the middle of the night. Just think fast, chuckle nut.
Yeah.
And up to 1 terabyte of storage. It also has a 45-watt charger hitting 50% battery in 20 minutes. Durable armor frame, new burgundy and green colors. Okay, their burgundy is just straight up their old bronze one, except maybe a
It's
shade
a bit
darker.
darker. Yeah.
It's a little bit darker, but it's still the essentially the same
Yeah.
bronze color that they had.
I might honestly go for the white this time around.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I actually really like the red and black one that they have
Mhm.
on Samsung.com website. It's a website exclusive one.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like the metal frame itself is like this like black, shiny black, like a black nickel or dark nickel,
Yeah.
and then the back itself is like the matte red.
Okay.
It looks pretty clean. And they also have another one that instead of the red, it's like a sky blue.
Yeah. Maybe we can
That
figure out
one
what
looks
color
nice,
to get later.
right?
Because full disclosure, I plan on buying one and reviewing it eventually. Although
Of
obviously
course.
not going to be first to the pack with it, but it's fine.
We're not at the point where we get
Yeah.
stuff, so it
Mhm.
is what it is. We just ask that you watch and appreciate and give us your feedback on it.
Exactly. Those are the
Uh,
best thing you can
you,
do.
you was saying about
No, we
stonks.
were not. Let's move on.
But keep going down the list. As a record low 2.8 millisecond S Pen latency. That's good. Ray tracing AMD Radeon DNA graphics in the Exynos 2200 version,
Hmm.
which is not coming to the US because we get the
Snapdragon.
Snapdragon 8 Generation 1.
Yeah, this might be weird. Exynos in some ways might actually be better than Snapdragon this time around. In some ways.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish we'd just see we would get a chance at the Exynos version in the US.
Import
Oh,
one. Yeah.
I see an article regarding the colors. We can go circle back around to that in a bit.
Okay.
or at least a picture of them.
Yeah.
It's in the same area, so.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so with the S22 Ultra pre-orders, deals start today with a $200 Samsung Store credit, 3 exclusive Samsung only colors, and an exclusive $50 instant discount from Phone Arena that you can get from the links here if you have missed one of the Samsung gave during the reservation period. The phone will be released on February 25th.
Okay.
And the base model is an 8 gigabyte, 120 or for memory, 128 gigabytes for storage model, and it carries the exact same price tag as the S21 Ultra predecessor at $1,200. The chip shortage and extra features be damned, while the 12 gig 256 gigabyte and 12 gig 512 gigabyte models will be set back $1,300 and $1,400 respectively. There's also a 12 gig 1 terabyte version that you can get at Samsung in the US, which sadly is priced at $1,600.
Oh.
And but you'd be getting a terabyte model instead of a 512. With it, I know at least on the day that back on the 9th when everything was announced and you could begin pre-orders, you could get the 12 gig 256 gigabyte for the base $1,200.
Yeah,
price.
I think that's a pre-order bonus that you'd get in the US. So it's not necessarily limited to the 9th.
It's pretty. That's nice. That's what it should have been
From the get-go, yeah.
from the get-go. Let's be honest. That's just what it should have been for a $1,200 phone.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the issue is I think they priced all their phones too expensive by just $100.
Yeah, that's my biggest concern that I had about this going into it. If you watched the video last week where I talked about like what to expect from the S22 or what I wanted to see from the S22 and whatnot, then it's like you'll know the biggest concern I raised in that video, aside from battery life, was the pricing. And it wasn't as bad as I thought. I was expecting $1,300 base model, but so it's not as bad, but it's still ridiculous, and Samsung gets away with it because they are pretty much the only Android maker in the US, essentially, like the only viable Android competitor in the US. So yeah,
it's true. Just continuing real quick, it says how the S22 Ultra design fits both the S Pen silo and a 5,000
because
milliamp
it's
battery.
dummy thick.
It is fat.
Yeah,
it is thick. Let's start with the biggest piece of the news coming from Samsung in a while. Folding the Galaxy Note line into the S series, which honestly is a nice move by them to collapse those lines. Instead of a Note 22 release, the true Galaxy Note 20 Ultra Air is now the Galaxy S22 Ultra. It is more elegant with the separate lens circles just slightly jutting out of the rear surface instead of an ugly camera island or the ultra thin bezel at the front. Still, it looks like and behaves like a Note. Is it one? All but in name, as the S22 Ultra is stockier and more rectangular than its other S22 siblings, returning the exact 19.3 by 9 aspect ratio of the Note 20 Ultra. And then you could see the given comparisons down there from front view to side view. With it, the cameras still jut out a good chunk. I will be honest on that.
Yes,
part.
they do. They still jut out a good chunk. Although, I still like that individual design as opposed to like one giant shelf encompassing everything.
It's true. It looks like the screen doesn't wrap around as much as it did with the Note 20 Ultra,
No, they seem slightly more gradual with the curves and everything, which is fine. Yeah.
And yeah, then it
That's
just
pretty
goes
much
into the deals and
it
stuff
just
like
goes
that.
all the different stuff and whatnot. The specs that
I
you
know.
had.
It goes into specs. Record-breaking display. Yeah. Well, instead of that, I know if you scroll up in the featured stories section near where it says Galaxy S22 Ultra pre-order pricing and launch date.
Yeah.
There's to the right of it. There's the best Samsung Ultra design deals and pre-order bonuses.
Yeah.
If you click on that, then you could see the Samsung.com.
I really like that blue.
It is clean. Plus the S Pen comes in that color too.
Yeah,
which is a nice touch.
Really like that sky blue color.
You think you're gonna go for that one then?
That'll probably be the one I get. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Which color? The black, white, burgundy green, or like one of the colors you see on the screen here?
Oh my God, I don't know what the hell that was, but it just like something like your mic peaked or something, and it just hurt my ears.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know what it was.
Okay.
But like these colors do look clean.
Yeah.
I actually, me being me, I do like the red and the gray quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I wish the red was a little bit more richer in color. It seems kind of like faded, kind of like the sky blue, but the sky blue works with it.
Are
The
they
red,
calling it
it
red
just
or
needed to be
orange?
more. It's red.
Okay. It
Yeah,
looks more like
I
an
would have.
orange to me. Yeah, they call it red, sky blue, and graphite. Okay.
Yeah, the graphite looks good. That
Yeah.
looks very nice, especially with the black metal frame.
Uh-huh.
I wish the red was more vibrant.
Okay.
G Quantum, I love refrigerators. But he does say that black for me because I'm a basic bitch. No, that's fair.
That
I
matte
have
black
actually,
does look good.
yeah, the matte. They've they have nailed it with the matte black, especially on the previous S21 lineup.
Mm-hmm.
They hit the note right, and they were like, "Damn, this works. We're sticking with it."
Okay, the graphite. Okay.
Oh, graphite meat.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know,
I know
that
if you
red
go
is
to-
kind of growing on me, though. That red is kind
I
of
know-
growing on me.
I know if you go to like the Samsung.com and go to the pre-order page, it'll give you a lot better photos of everything.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, the green, it's more like a faded, like oxidized copper type of
Mhm.
green, in my opinion. Like just a little bit faded. That looks
Yeah.
pretty nice though.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this they have the Samsungs. Oh, the red is currently sold out on the website.
All right. The choice suddenly became easier.
Sky blue it is.
Pretty much. I like the blue color a lot.
Yeah, it's true. Blue does look clean.
Mm-hmm. I like that gunmetal gray aesthetic. That's fair.
Yeah, no, I actually, yeah, gunmetal, like the graphite does look very nice.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah.
you go to the website and like the pre-order page, you could pull up specific images of each of them,
Okay. Let's see.
except the red because it's sold out. See, for me, I would have loved if they had like that white with the black frame. That would be my personal preference right now.
All right, here's the pre-order.
Yep.
All right, let's see.
You go pre-order, then you could just select your colors if you scroll down a bit.
Yeah. Burgundy. Okay. Phantom black. Green. Samsung. Okay, here we go. Graphite. Oh, okay. It just kind of shows that.
Yeah. So just a little bit of clearer pictures of them.
Yeah. Okay. There's that. And then there's the blue. Yeah. The graphite looks good too, though.
It's hard because like you would want to see them in person, but they're just Samsung online specific exclusives.
Exactly. Oh, okay. Red is sold
they're
out.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, red is sold out, so you can't choose it.
Burgundy.
The burgundy, it's not nearly as dark as that little splot gives you an idea of.
Mm-hmm.
It looks much more just like the old bronze, but a shade darker.
Yeah.
I really like the design.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that blue is gonna be the one to go with.
Nice. Pre-order on stream, put in those credit card number and the 3 wacky digits on the back.
Nope, I'm good. All right.
All right, cool. So anything else you wanted to go over regarding the event as a whole? Because there was more than just the S22 Ultra. There was the regular and the Plus, as well as I think they announced a new Samsung tablet.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. So you, of course, did the younger brothers of the Ultra, the S22 and the S22 Plus, which are a lot more closer to the mainline S lineup of phones that you can be expecting and whatnot. And then the Tab S8 has a notch in it.
That is true. I did forget about that.
Let's
pull up an image of that.
Yeah, let's look at that. Has a fucking notch in it.
It's the way of the future, man.
Wait, did I fall for memes? Does it actually not? I saw a bunch of people talking about it.
Did you get debated?
I did. I saw a bunch of people talking about it, but it doesn't. No, it's fine. It's just a regular tablet. Okay. Why the hell are people bitching about the notch?
Is it the S8 tablet?
Yeah, the S8 Plus. Yeah, Tab S8.
Okay. I'm pulling up the page off Samsung's website right now.
Yeah. Jamie, pull that up. Exactly.
There is a notch.
Where? Where do you see it?
On the S8 Ultra tablet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the S8 Ultra that has the notch.
There it is. Jesus Christ.
Yep, it's a small little notch. I
Yeah.
will give it that
It's
much.
not as bad as the MacBook Pro.
Yeah, I will give it that much. Doesn't mean it's okay though.
Right, exactly. Jesus Christ. Okay.
You
All
did
right.
not get debated.
No, okay. People were actually right.
Yeah. Honestly, they're making these as well kind of fall into their lineup. I really like the direction that Samsung is moving with their devices.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of like making them coherent, a
Yeah.
coherent thought.
It's just Android tablets really suck.
Yeah, but if anybody has a chance to make a good one, it's going to be Samsung, and they're probably just going to some iteration of One UI with it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I could see them doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of time.
Maybe eventually.
One day.
Yeah.
One day, hopefully, they'll give me a reason to switch from my Surface.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, anything else to say about the S22 then?
Nope. I'm just scrolling through the pages, seeing if there's any interesting points to make.
Okay.
Nope, not seeing anything.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I like how they have a separate page for S22, 22 Plus, and then the S22 Ultra.
Yeah. 3 pages.
Nice. But with that, I'm pretty much done on that given topic. I've
Right.
gone over just about everything I wanted to.
Let's move on to our
Anything
next
you
story
wanted to?
then. We have one last story.
Yep. I'm pulling that up.
Okay.
And there we go. And you know, so I would say Samsung had a successful launch.
Yes.
So did SpaceX.
Yes.
Until stuff happened.
Yeah. And in the year 2022, going to space still pretty difficult.
Yeah, extremely. But which just going into is some stuff from. Let me scroll down to it. There we go. So with everybody probably knows who SpaceX is by this point. Huge company. Elon's in charge of the meme master himself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had a bit of a hiccup, if you would, this past week or so.
A bit of a duh moment, if you will.
It was more like 2 weeks ago until they announced it earlier this week.
Yeah.
But on Thursday, February 3rd, Falcon 9 launched 49 Starlink satellites to low Earth orbit from Launch Complex 39A at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Falcon 9's second stage deployed the satellite into their intended orbit with a pedigree of approximately 210 kilometers above Earth, and each satellite achieved controlled flight.
Off to a good start.
Amazing. SpaceX deploys its satellites into these lower orbits so that in very rare cases any satellites does not pass initial system checks, it will quickly deorbit by atmospheric drag. And while the low deployment altitude requires more capable satellites at a considerable cost to us, the right thing to do to maintain sustainable space environment.
Yeah, you don't want to leave your junk up there.
Yeah, so the idea is they didn't expand upon it, but the idea is if it doesn't work out, it can't maintain itself, it falls back to the Earth and just burns up in the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the satellites deployed on Thursday were significantly impacted by a geomagnetic storm on Friday, and these storms caused the atmosphere to warm and atmospheric density at our lower deployment altitude to increase. In fact, onboard GPS suggests that escalation speed and severity of the storm caused atmospheric drag to increase by up to 50% higher than during previous launches.
Go.
Starlink team commanded the satellites into a safe mode where they would fly edge on like a sheet of paper to minimize drag. To effectively take cover from the storm and continue to work closely with Space Force 18th Space Control Squadron and Leo Labs to provide updates on the satellites based on ground radars.
Killer.
Amazing. Preliminary analysis showed that increased drag at a low altitude prevented the satellites from leaving safe mode to begin orbit raising maneuvers. And up to 40 of the satellites will re-enter or already have re-entered Earth's atmosphere, and the deorbiting satellites pose zero collision risk with other satellites and by design demise upon atmospheric reentry, meaning no orbital debris is created and no satellite parts hit the ground. And this unique situation demonstrates the great lengths the Starlink team has gone to ensure the system is on the leading edge of on orbit debris mitigation.
Yeah. Damn, that sucks to lose essentially over 80% of your payload
That is
due
true.
to space weather. Due
That
to
is
space
true.
weather.
So it doesn't dive into it, but there was other people commenting on it. Each satellite is actually only worth about $250,000.
Okay, so it's not too bad of a loss. It's a
So
lot of
for
money.
that is that is a lot of money, but it's about 10 million.
Yeah.
For satellites and space travel,
That's
honestly
on the decent side.
that's not a lot.
I hesitate to use the A word, but that's affordable.
I can buy a satellite cheaper than a house.
Yes, that is correct.
I want you to think about that.
That is correct. You can get a satellite for the price of the house, and it might be cheaper in some instances.
You could buy like 2 satellites for a price of the house where we live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit's expensive, yo.
Very. But it is kind of like a big thing in terms of what happened there, but it is also a great example of their forethought into like if shit does go awry in this exact scenario where 80% of your payload is lost, 40 satellites.
Yeah.
They had a plan to ensure that, there wasn't any issues caused in the future by these satellites just kind of being rogue orbiting with no use, and they just fell to Earth. No damage to anybody, no damage to the environment in space or in the atmosphere or on Earth.
Right.
I got to give massive credits to SpaceX for their vision in ensuring this type of scenario or this type of worst case scenario and planning for it.
Yeah, it kind of demonstrates their whole like principle and everything, making like this sustainable, reusable space program and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
and with those satellites, they're balling on a budget.
Yeah. What do you think of Starlink in general?
So Starlink, I think the concept of it is been shown to be very effective, and it's amazing because you can go out in the middle of literally bumfuck nowhere and get internet.
Yeah.
It also works as a great heating device for your house as well,
or your cat. Yeah.
Or your cat. Yeah. The internet speeds not the best. Can't lie there.
No.
You're not getting gigabit. You're probably gonna get some like bone stock, like coaxial type stuff from like $20 a month type internet.
Yeah, like 100 megs I think is the best I've seen for Starlink.
Yeah,
which 100 megs anywhere is good.
It's good. You're not guaranteed that though. All the time.
No.
Of course, there is the susceptible. If you are in a place where you get clouds a lot and things like that, your connection's not going to be the best. As anybody's probably experienced with any sort of dish television.
Yeah.
But I think it's great concept because it allows the expansion in the future in terms of being able to eventually bump it up to gigabyte, and you don't have to be hardwired or have an optical cable running to your home is great. And it accesses anywhere. So the plus side is if you don't have to get licensing from a bunch of different countries to run cables and whatnot. So long term wise, it's gonna be much more profitable.
Yeah. It'll be nice as a long-term investment to have that network infrastructure up in space as well.
Yeah.
For many reasons. Yeah, both like security reasons.
Both ground and earth or ground-based, space-based. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
No, I agree with everything you said. I don't have any further thoughts, in all honesty. I've said my piece.
Yeah. It's SpaceX, yes, initially was a dumping ground for money. Just try to get concepts up and running. Nobody thought they were going to be able to do a lot of the things that they're doing right now, and by God, they're killing it.
Yeah, they're doing really well.
Yeah, I give SpaceX and everybody in charge there, all the engineers, massive credit for what they're doing. It's awe-inspiring. Honestly, watching them while I was going to college, becoming an aerospace engineer, specifically in astronautics for stuff like SpaceX, they were nothing short of awe-inspiring.
Yeah. It's always fun to watch their launches too.
Yeah, I remember specifically working on one of their websites because I was a website designer at my given college for a minute. I was on break and I was watching them land their uh, their first deployment silos, and
Mhm.
it actually worked that given time.
Yeah, it worked
I
for like the first time or whatever.
It worked for like the first time, and it was amazing to
Yeah,
watch.
yeah, I remember watching that as well.
It was awesome.
Mhm.
All right, but yeah, I mean that kind of covers that part.
Mm-hmm.
Any other thoughts or whatnot?
Nope. I am.
Got any water cooler type stuff you want to talk?
I have said my piece this episode.
Nice. All right, with that, then I think we should start wrapping it up.
I believe so.
Energy Quantum does say, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
hamburger, cheeseburger, Whopper, hamburger, Whopper. That
Okay.
meme is so good.
It is.
But yeah, so as we start to wrap it up, of course, if you do appreciate what we do and you do want to stick around and enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell to know when we go live, both with the podcast and the videos, as well as liking, commenting. That type of stuff does vastly help the algorithm. So much appreciated to be able to help grow the channel
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. Outside of that, if you want to help go an extra step, we got Twitter at tech_4_thought, where you can share stuff there, whether it's a retweet of the stuff we post or you just tweeting about it as in general or tweeting at us. Anything's awesome on that part. Same thing goes for Instagram, tech_4 spelled FOR_thought. And if you wish to go even further beyond
Yeah.
we do have a membership where you can help directly support us. It's about $4.99 a month. You get access to amazing badges, some awesome emojis. The best part about that stuff though is the more people who join and do that type of stuff, the more emojis we can make, the more like content we could help like make for you guys and see what you like the people want. We get to see
Exactly.
what the people want.
Yeah.
And that kind of covers it all there. And of course, if you wish to tune in live, of course, it's about roughly 1 p.m. or Arizona time or sometime after that. So you can feel free to do that conversion yourself.
You were really on time today.
Yes, we were actually pretty on time. But with that, I think we are all set.
Where can the people find you on Twitter?
They could always find me at I was going to say the Twitter for Tech for Thought, but at Filmed by G-Man.
Okay. You can
And
find me at Infurious7809. That is at INFERIUS7809. Mostly anime stuff over there. So, yeah.
Hentai.
All right.
Show us your hentai.
No, not on stream.
All right, but as usual, of course, we do thank you guys so much for watching and participating today, and we do hope you have a great rest of your weekend.
Have a good one.
See ya.